so it's just like, you know, we're trying to encourage him, encourage him, but sometimes it's not easy, and it kind of rubs off on you. You get around people that are kind of negative, and you're just like, and then you're like, yeah, man, I feel you, because you want to be nice. Yeah. You turn negative instead of being like, dude, I feel you, but look at the bright side of things. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I directly relate to that. This is where I work. It's nothing but negative, and it does rub off on you. After a while, people come in there, and okay, I work for Chili's. I work for tips, So, some people come in there and then they don't give you no money at all. Like, they just don't. They just stiff you. My first reaction is like, I want to wring their neck, or next time they come in, I don't want to wait on them. Yeah. Or next time they come in, I'm gonna give them crap service. I'm gonna spit their drink. No, no. Never happens. I mean, how are they gonna know these people? No, dude. But that's my first reaction is like, I can't wait till they come back so I can show them, or just whatever. But then I have to tell myself, like, you have to, that's the first reaction being around so much negative, so much input negative. That's what other people are saying. I hate these people. They always come in and I always have to wait on them, whatever. But I have to combat that, like, right then with, Psalm 23:1, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. I gotta tell myself, I don't need this money. I don't want this money. God is going to supply me. And so you have to constantly be battling yourself. But the people you hang around, the people I work with, at the same time, I have the opportunity to encourage them.
It's good. I really feel you on that one. Like me, like personally working in retail, that's one reason like they love me, because like I'm genuinely like a joyful person. They can tell you all the time I'm always just sitting just looking and just like because when you make that a habit, like if you keep on doing it continually, it becomes a habit. So no matter like in what situation, nothing like that, you just smiling and you try to think of the bright side of stuff. Like it was been said like to me by like a person I used to work with. All right, there's always somebody worse than you. You know what I'm saying? I always think about that and like pray for that situation and stuff like that. But still, just remember that like we are truly blessed. You know what I'm saying?
I was just gonna say like how cool it is that he uses that phrase, because in the Bible there were wells and there were springs, but each well and each spring was only was reserved for a certain group of people. Like when Jesus came and spoke with the woman at the well, one of them wasn't supposed to be at that well. One of them wasn't. That well was only for a certain type of people. And I think that Dante hit it pretty good when he said that it comes from the things that go in our eyes and our ears and the people that we hang out with, the people that we let come drink from our well. Jesus referred to himself as living water. And that living water is in our hearts. And so our heart would be referred to as a well or a spring. And we have to, that guarding your heart means putting like a fence that says only certain group of people are allowed to come drink from this water. So like.
That's true. I don't like that one.
No sinners. I don't want no sinners.
You know those people that give you the last little bit of their drink, thinking they're nice?
Yeah, and it's like
I don't want your back. All right, let's get back.
It's kind of crazy talking about this, because last night I was talking about there's some guys listening to some music and I like used to be real big on training zero back in the day, but it also comes with music, certain things that they say, like Little Wayne says some stuff like I'm a disease or whatever, and all this, all this junk. You really think about how many people that listen to him and repeat that over and over and over again. You really think about it. I mean, they're speaking stuff like that over themselves, and they wonder why things are the way they are. And it starts off from the beginning of the whole generation of back when it was saying it before Weezy came out and all these other people came out. So, you know, even about speaking stuff over I'm broke and I'm poor and I'm this and I'm, you know, ghetto, you know. Like, it's just, it goes from all the way to the bottom with everything. But I'm
sorry.
no, you go ahead, man.
No, I was gonna say this. I don't listen to it, but I've been around a lot of it with my brother and everything. And if it's not that, if it's not talking about how broke it is, it's talking about how rich I am. It's building you up, talking about how much you want money, creating a love for money in people, and love for money and a love for the other things around that. And you put your faith in money. Money comes, money goes. And when money goes, you in the pits. You know.
It's a sin that's going unless.
Yeah, for sure.
Like you said though, it's a filter. You're gonna have these medias influence you anyhow, so you gotta be strong enough to differentiate if you wanna, if that's what you wanna be, or be yourself. Some people, I know some friends of mine that just listen to it, but they're not gangster, they're not this, but they just listen to it, just don't feed into it, it's just entertainment to them.
I mean,
some folks just buy into it,
Yeah, but
listen to it.
I mean, that's how it all starts out. You know, Satan must come in, and that's how he sneaks in like that. That's how. Seriously, that's how he sneaks in. People don't look at it like that. People don't look at it. They're like, oh man, you know. I remember my first time going to just a club. You know, what that big deal. Oh, mama, I just want to go this and that. But it became something that I just started doing. It became that routine. You know, and from doing this to doing that, it was just a little bit of that. And that's when, you know, you look back and you're like, man, look where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, Satan's always going to make it look like, oh, yeah, no big deal.
Well,
But,
go ahead, man. I know you got something to say.
Like, you were talking about rap, like, you know, all the gangster and stuff. Like, I know what you mean, but, like, I don't see it as a way of life. I like seeing rap as, like, especially when they're talking about, like, how poor they are and, like, the life was, how bad it was. Like, I still like to see it, like, as a way they view their life. And, like, I'm an old school rap listener, and back in the old school, like in New York rap, they didn't rap about the gangster and how broke. They rap about, like, black power and getting up and stuff like that. They really did. They really did. They really did. And the fact is, like, you can let it take control of you, or you can really, like, you have to know where your faith is.
Well,
so like, do you think it's a question? Does hip hop only reflect what society is, or vice versa? Which ones come first?
Like, what
society? You think people just telling the story? This is where I came from.
For some reason, for some people, hip hop is a culture. That's
right.
What people are.
Society.
Like that's some people's way of life.
If you watch how hip hop has grown, the things that it's said, society always emulates what the music.
What hip hop
What
says.
hip hop has always defined our culture, our generation. Always.
One moves,
Always.
the other moves. One moves,
Yeah,
the other
because
moves.
you like you were talking about when it was the old school music. That's how it was, and it wasn't because they were telling the story. Like all this, like it just defines everything. Every time a new rap song comes out, it starts saying things. Imagine how like I don't know, I'm trying to think of a phrase, but they'll say like phrases all the time. I don't even know. Anyways, they'll say phrases. Yeah, for real. Like who says?
With that statement, like what you just said, as much as everybody here is laughing, I know people that started off as soon as that song came out, even before that song came out. That was the style. That's what they wore. That's what was out.
I like
and
my
then
boots
that
with
took.
fur.
No, I'm not fur. I'm not taking a shot at the boots with the fur at all. I like the boots. But what I'm saying is, before that saying came out, that was.
Let's stay on course.
But I'm just saying, before that song came out, that was the style. That was the thing to do. That was the culture. And then the song came out and said it. And then it took a step further. It went from there, and it took it a step further. And so they went from boots with the fur to taking it a step further and making it shorts with the boots.
Yeah.
And then they took it another step further, and then it just keeps going.
It's like hip hop always brings